Okay. Are you ready? Is there anyone who wants to share with us his elevator pitch? There is no right or wrong. We just want to learn from each other.
Well, we need one person.
At least one person who wants to start. I see that we have some entrepreneurs in the audience. So they have definitely gone through the experience. Okay, here's one. Jihan, is it possible for you, can I give you the mic and you can present your elevator pitch? Is it okay for you, or you prefer that we read it?
She's okay. Her English is fine. She says her English is bad, but her English is fine.
Okay, I'm allowed to talk, so you can.
Doha.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry because thank you first. Thank you for this webinar.
You're welcome.
My pitch is supposed to be in French, so it's pretty difficult for me to make it in English. Maybe it's not very well structured. So
it's fine.
I don't know.
Go ahead. No
Okay.
worries. No worries.
So do you want me to read it?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. So I want to start with a question. So you are looking for good handcraft and natural products. Do you want to shop ethically? If so, Tida make you discover items offered by talented cooperatives and artisans in Morocco. We offer you articles in different universes. It's in gastronomy, care and well-being, accessories and clothing, and interior decoration as well. Tida allows you to order and have your purchases delivered to your home, and all the prices are set by the producers, and the benefits are fully transferred to them.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Jihan.
It's not finished yet, but it's
okay. That's very good. So I want to ask the group, what was the first 10 seconds like? What engaged you? What did you remember from what Jihan said?
Feel free to write.
No, I wanted them to speak right now, just to speak, to interact with us. This is more interactive. So okay. When you heard Jihan, what did you remember from what Jihan said? Quickly, please.
Who wants to speak, he can raise his hand and
unmute. Just unmute and speak, please.
Yeah, I need to give him the chance to talk. Yes, we have Deborah here. 1 second. Yes.
Deborah.
Keyword that struck me was ethical products.
Okay, ethical products. Good. Because somebody else. Anybody else? Anybody else? What was their first impression of what Jihan said?
Okay, 1 second. We have somebody else here. Mr. Abdulafar, allowed to talk. Okay. Yes, please. Mr. Abdulafar, you can talk.
Unmute, please. Unmute, yeah.
You need to unmute so you can talk.
Yeah, unmute, please. Okay.
Okay, now you can talk.
I couldn't remember anything of what Jihan said because her message was very long and it was rich too much for me. Therefore, I couldn't click with her.
Okay, well, that's very good. It was too much for you. Too much words, right?
Yes.
Too many thinkings, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, did you feel anything? Did you learn anything from what she said? Do you get any value from what she was doing? Can you tell me what the talk was about? What was she communicating?
She was communicating in a way to promote her products and the stuff that she's selling. But in fact, I couldn't find an interest and click with her in order to open a dialogue with her.
Okay, that's very good. So can anybody else share what the value of what Jihan was saying? Was there anything that you picked up that was of value to you? Clearly, Deborah made the point of that it was ethically produced. What value would it be to you of the product she was talking about? She happens to be in the craft business, promoting local homemade crafts. And clearly she was doing it not in her home language, which is French. But so what would be of value? Or did she create any confidence in you in listening to her?
So I just posted her message, her elevator pitch also in the chat so everybody can see it. It might help also to understand the topic.
Anybody with some impressions?
Just raise your hand if you have some comments.
All right. Well, so basically, this exercise is an exercise which really allows the company and the person who's doing the exercise to really get a good reflection about who they're speaking to, if they're reaching their target market. Like the gentleman that spoke, he said the message was too complex. There were too many words. He didn't click to it. He didn't gain interest in it. So she would have failed in that situation. In the first situation with Deborah Webster, her feedback was that she clicked with something. It's the word ethical. To me, I also click with the word ethical, and that communicated a little bit about the purpose of what she was trying to do. So she included that in. But to me, the hook of the whole thing was that the products they were selling benefited everybody in the community. So there was a bigger message that Jihan was trying to communicate, it seemed to me. So if you go through this exercise with your leadership team, what you'll find is that by refining and doing this pitch a number of different times, you're going to really get to the essence of what really communicates with the people that you're trying to target. And the case we're trying to do is look at if we're not just talking about the features of our product, like the crafts and the kinds of different craft ideas and boutique ideas that she had, but also the purpose behind it, because that often creates some interest and creates a spark between the people, particularly in a 30-second interaction from floor 1 through floor 6 or 7. So let's go to the next slide, please.
Mm-hmm.
Next slide. Oh, Deborah, you have something to say?
Yes, she has something to say. 1 second. I
Okay,
give her
please.
a lot to talk. Yes, feel free to talk, Deborah.
It was actually just going off on what a caveat to what Ira was saying. For me, the ethical piece would need to include fairness to the stakeholders. Too many people use the word ethical just kind of on a shallow level, but what resonated with me in the message is that she was talking about the community of artisans, that they were handpicked, etc. So it's the rest was execution. Anyway, it was just Wanted to clarify.
Well, I think that's very important because I think what you did pick up was a spark, and it's something that did hook you. So I would assume that if she delivered that in an elevator, you'd probably have a coffee afterwards. So she would accomplish that purpose with one of the two people that she interacted with on this test. So thank you for your comment. So next slide, please.
And what did you observe? So, okay.
So I want to use this as a jumping off point for what we're going to be looking at as a transformation journey. We're going to be looking at when you transform who you are and why you're looking for a solution, you'll change what you find and how you're going to implement it. That's a basic model for what we're really trying to discuss. And the next slide, please. So the discussion today will be looking at 6 stages of organizational transformation. And just like in the story of the jester, there's a choice to look at something from an inner perspective or look at it just from an outer perspective. We're going to try to look at it from both, because the way we look at something from the inside and then how it gets reflected to the outside is what the business environment is all about. So the inner transformation has 3 different sort of stages. They're not siloed stages, but they're